The mysterious image, the Shroud of Turin. What is it and what is it not? What is the Shroud of Turin? It is in fact one of the most studied artifacts in human history, one that has brought up many hypotheses and questions to the scientific and Christian world. It bears an image of a crucified man who many believe is Jesus. Modern scientific study of the shroud began in earnest shortly after Secondo Pia's negative photographic images became public in 1898. Shortly after, many hypotheses had formed, and there were a lot of good ones too. Most of them fell under these three categories: dead body alone, human artifact, and radiation electric field. Radiation electric field. Radiation electric field is probably one of the top categories for the best and most capable hypotheses for the shroud, including fall through and CD, also known as corona discharge. Radiation electric field. Fall through. John Jackson and his TSC research team have proposed a radiation-based image formation hypothesis that is theoretically consistent with all the shroud image characteristics. It was first proposed in 1989 and has been worked on and refined ever since. In their original work of analyzing the three-dimensional phenomena of the shroud image, Jackson and his colleagues established that a very close correlation could be established between the intensity of the image and the vertical distance to a hypothetical body wrapped in the shroud. Experiments with human volunteers established that the cloth-to-body distance correlation was in a vertical direction that appears to be related to Earth's gravitational field. This fact led Jackson to conclude that gravity was a deciding factor in determining several of the shroud image characteristics. Radiation electric field. The second best hypothesis, corona discharge. Shroud scientist Galileo Fanti, building on work conducted by Oswald Sherman in the early 1980s, has developed a hypothesis that points to a corona discharge phenomenon being responsible for the formation of the shroud image. A CD is an electric discharge appearing on and around the surface of a charged conductor, in this case the shroud body shape, caused by the ionization of the surrounding air due to the presence of a strong electric field. The primary threshold of a CD can be lowered in the presence of radon, that can ionize the ambient atmosphere. Radon, atomic number 86, is an invisible radioactive gas that is often found in confined spaces in the vicinity of Jerusalem, such as a basement or a tomb. Radon concentrations may be increased in the ambient surroundings by an earthquake. During a CD, there is also normally a light emission, mainly in the ultraviolet range due to the atomic excitation. A CD phenomenon can also produce chemical byproducts that can include ozone, nitric acid, and other reactive species that might have a role in the image formation. Human artifact. The third best hypothesis falls under the human artifact or artistic creation category. The hypothesis is called proto-photograph. Human artifact, the third best hypothesis, protophotograph. In the mid-1990s, an ingenious hypothesis for the formation of the image was proposed and tested by South African researcher Nicholas P. Allen. The hypothesis was in part motivated by Allen's study of all the previously proposed artistic mechanisms and their failure to explain the image. Allen recognized that the image in many respects had characteristics of a photographic negative, and concluded that the best explanation for the image was in fact an early photograph-like method from the Middle Ages. Allen's method of producing an image was to employ a camera obscura method. He used a life-size sculpture of a human body lit by the sunlight and focused the image of the illuminated sculpture through a lens made of quartz, approximately 6 inches in diameter, into a dark chamber that contained a chemically treated and this photographically sensitized cloth. Allen was able to produce a compelling image on the cloth that showed a photographic method could create an image with many shroud characteristics. Along with good hypotheses under these three categories, dead body alone, human artifact, radiation electric field, there are some false and bad hypotheses, such as painting under the category of human artifact. Thanks for watching.